Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo, June 29, 2025. Today's transits connect communications and learning with creativity in your life, and you want to get things done. The Sun is transiting your communications sector, and today, it forms a harmonious connection with action-oriented, confident Mars in your creative sector, indicating a dynamic period. You might receive news that opens up doors for you, enjoy some affectionate communications or an innovative learning experience, or you could ache some exciting new contacts. You're alert, ready to make changes, and willing to put yourself out there, and this is a winning combination. As the day advances, you're in particularly good shape for smoothing over problems. It may be through someone special that you feel more directed and purposeful. You're not always the most forthright about your primal desires. However, today, you could be singing a very different tune. As the glorious and sizzling sun peers over to feisty and mighty Mars, the planet of sex and passion, you'll be only concerned with one thing: getting it on and getting off. This sassy and spontaneous drive could align singles with someone who tickles their fancy and makes them beg for more. Couples should use this magnetic fire to focus on hitting the most incredible heights of ecstasy together in the bedroom. You may not even make it to the bed if you're already eyeing each other up. Your goals are more flexible than you think. You should be able to let your wander a bit. Your prognostication skills are good, though of course the future is always a little fuzzy. Feeling a little blocked lately emotionally or physically? This might have something to do with a tense period you're going through, where things tend to get a little bottlenecked. Keep all channels open with plenty of water and fresh vegetables and at least a few virtual yoga classes or whatever exercise releases your tension the best. Try to do this whenever you are subjected to a lot of stress, rather than putting it off until afterwards. You will be much happier. If you have any online or other shopping on your agenda today, be sure to make a list and stick to your budget. With the presence of vibration, it can be easier to get carried away with your spending than it usually is. Perhaps it would be helpful for you to have someone you can talk to as the voice of reason if this is something that must be tended to. As a personality, having a sidekick often works best for you. The moon is not only still in your communication sector after yesterday's new moon, but during Mercury, the planet of communications, last full day. With the moon and Mercury both leaving tomorrow but the Sun and Jupiter staying on, their job today is to get the communication lines open, knowing they will leave behind resources that will keep them open. Helping to ensure that your relationships benefit from this is the moon's friendly aspect to the asteroid Juno in your relationship sector, with a chance to give a voice to anything that a clash with Venus, the planet of love, earlier in the week may have flushed out. Just days after the moon and Venus, the planet of love both began the week clashed with the asteroid Juno in your relationship sector. The tables have turned. While Venus is still in Taurus, the moon has moved on and still in your communication sector after yesterday's new moon, forms a friendly aspect to Juno today. This is a chance to give anything flushed out earlier in the week a voice, while holding on to the insight this gave you into what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. Virgo, it's okay if you don't have all the answers right now. Quote of the day: the space between clarity and confusion is where growth lives. Color: linen neutral, soft, unfolding. Lucky numbers: 2, 10, 17. Instead of fixing or planning, simply observe. Let uncertainty guide you instead of frustrate you. Our eyes in the sky. For June 29, 2025, the energy invites renewal, honest expression, and meaningful transformation. The cards drawn for today are the Star, Knight of Swords, Five of Cups, Ace of Wands, and Justice. This blend of light and shadow carries the message that even through moments of challenge or reflection, there is always a spark waiting to be rekindled, and truth, when faced with heart, can liberate. We begin with the Star, a gentle yet powerful reminder that hope is never said. No matter what you've been through or how far off course you may feel, this card brings a quiet promise that healing is in progress. Maybe you've recently had a moment where you let yourself be still, even if just for a few minutes. That breath you took, that moment of clarity, that tear you allowed yourself to release, those are signs you're aligning with your own light again. Today encourages you to trust the unfolding. You don't have to rush it. You just have to keep believing that the sign of yourself you're growing into is worth the patience. Next comes the Knight of Swords, charging forward with clarity and determination. You may feel a sudden burst of motivation today and need to speak your truth, act on an idea, or make a bold move that you've been overthinking. If something's been weighing on your chest or sitting on your to-do list, today is a day to face it head-on. Just remember, the Knight is fast-moving and focused, but he sometimes forgets to pause. So while you're invited to take initiative, also give yourself permission to check in with your heart before sprinting forward. Then, we meet the Five of Cups, a card that often looks backward but reminds us to notice what's still standing. You might feel a twinge of disappointment today, or perhaps memories of something that didn't turn out the way you hoped will resurface. Let them. Feel them. But don't let them define your day. The cups spilled are not the whole story. There's still more ahead, and you are allowed to honor both your pain and your potential at the same time. It can be healing just to say, yes, that hurt. And yes, I am still here. The Ace of Wands is like a creative spark reigniting your spirit. This card brings fresh energy, new inspiration, and the sense that something beautiful could be born out of your experiences, especially when you allow yourself to be lit up by what genuinely excites you. Pay attention to what stirs your curiosity today. It might be a passing idea, a conversa tie-in that reawakens a dream, or simply the pull to try something different. When something sparks, even faintly, follow it. Finally, justice calls us into balance. It asks, are you living in alignment with your values? Are your decisions, your energy, your words, are they all reflecting the person you want to be? This card doesn't judge, it empowers. If something feels off, today is a day to name it, realign it, and move forward with intention. There is so much strength in taking ownership of your choices, not from a place of pressure, but from a place of self-respect. Altogether, these cards suggest that June 29th is a day for inner clarity, emotional courage, and forward momentum. You're not just healing, you're transforming. Your voice matters. Your dreams still live. And your ability to rise is something no past experience can take from you. What truth do you feel ready to honor today, whether to yourself or someone else? Your story might be the light someone else needs.